I mean, let's just continue. Yeah, Fei Hello Ataraxia. And yeah, just another time loop. Are we gonna go back to being Bazett again? I think, I don't know if it's every time, but it seems like when we die as Shirou, we kind of like switch perspectives back to Bazett. But let's see. Again, let's start anew. No, okay, we're still back to being Shirou. Alright. We die. What happened? We got impaled, right? By a weird blade creature that came out of a white-haired waifu, so... let's talk to Tiger in the rear woods. I guess. I don't know what we're doing here, but sure. I wander around the hills behind the Ryudo Temple. The main temple building is splendid, but in the back is a thick forest. I'm quite fond of it, so I end up coming here just for a walk once in a while. And quite unexpectedly, I bump into Fujine.
Shirou 来てたの？お山に。
一星のとこに遊びに来たんだけどな。
But Issei will probably stay in the main ground, so there's not much point looking for him here in the forest. Maybe my excuse was a little weird.
でも、お山にいる間の竜道くんって真面目一徹じゃない？
親御さんも久月先生もいるから、そのあたりは仕方ないんじゃないのかな。
There's also Castor, that brother of his, Reiken. Now that I think about it, Ryudo Temple might actually have about as many weird inhabitants as our own house. I start off, but somehow hesitate to ask. The bucket and dipper that she just put down already made it clear.
ちょっとキリツグさんのところに行ってたの。
そっか。
I see. Oh, okay. It wasn't really apparent when they think bucket and dipper, but I guess I assume in Japanese tradition, you kind of like spray water on the grave, you know? That's a thing you do. It's kind of like holy water, I think? I don't know, I'm a little bit ignorant about that sort of thing. Kurotsugu was buried here, the temple's graveyard. Fujimara, SR? Senior, I guess? Fujimara Senior, together with Issei's father, took about planning the ceremony with much zeal and ended up choosing this mountain to place his tombstone. But my visits were rare, or rather, never.
キリツグさんのところの手入れは私がするから、シロはそんなに気にしなくていいのよ。
Fujine forgives me with her usual smile.
シロはまだ仕方ないわよ。でも、時々顔を見せるとキリツグさんは喜ぶかもね。でもキリツグさんのことだから、死んだ後のことでいろいろ聞かせて僕を困らせてくれるなって言いそうよね。ま、あの人そういう人だったから。そういえば、セーバーちゃんやイリアちゃんにキリツグさんのお墓のこと教えた？
I mean, yeah, those two would like to know. Ilya, obviously. I think, I don't know, was it like made explicit? I mean, I know because of Fate Zero, but yeah, Ilya is related to Kurotsugu, and Saber was his servant in the last Holy Grail War, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, well, Saber probably doesn't care all that much, but... I mean, if anything, Saber would complain in front of his grave.
そっか。まあ、それは私が言うよりも、シロから改めて教えてあげた方がいいと思うわよ。
Those two probably have a deeper connection with Kurotsugu than I do. But even then, Ilya or Saber visiting his grave in the back of his forest, I don't think that would ever happen.
あれ？気分悪くしちゃった？
いや、全然。
そう、ならいいか。私はこれ返しに行って降りるけど、シロはどうするの？
If I keep going deeper like this, I'll end up at the graveyard that Fujine had just left through a different path. Once I get there, there's still nothing I can say to my dad. In that case, I'll just return to the temple with Fujine.
俺も戻るから、これ持つ。
あ、うん。じゃあ行こっか。
Carrying Fujine's bucket, I start walking. Looking back one more time, I gaze at the forest. I can't see Kurotsugu's grave from here.
おい、いつかまたな、じいさん。
Okay. Interesting thing there. We could talk to Castor. Anything new here? I guess, yeah, these people. These waifus. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch the tiger by the toe. I don't know. Saber. I don't know the rest of the thing.
Saber, いるか?
I knock luckily on the door, but there's no response. There's no way Saber would have noticed that. I guess she's not around. I saw her in the living room just before, and since I have some spare time, I was going to ask her to come practice with me.
Saber ですか?
When did Ryder get here?
ああ、ちょっと探してるんだけど、見なかったか?
いえ、ここに来るまでは。
そっか。ならいいんだ。
Alright, I wonder where she might be, but just as I'm about to head back to the main wing, Ryder catches me by the sleeve.
ところでシロ、少しよろしいでしょうか?
どうかした?
はい。どうも最近、自転車の調子が思わしくなく、右へ右へと勝手にハンドルが切れて困っています。時間があったら見ていただきたいと。
Oh, I see. Now that she mentions it, I really have been skimping on maintenance lately, and the amount that goes into her steed would be considered luxury for any other regular bike. Her steed. I guess she likes, you know, going on the bike. Ryder's own city bike, a so-called mamatari, had not been made to withstand things like drift turns.
わかった。じゃあ見ておく。
Kansai drifto? Before I take it out of the rest of the garbage, that is.
お願いします。
So with a light parting nod, I go inside my own room, right next to Saber's. Right, I guess I'll go have a look at the bicycle. Cool bicycle? Mini? What happened? And before I know it, it's all done. Okay. This is bicycle number 2, all fixed and polished to a sparkle. At first I was just gonna do the steering wheel bearings, and maybe adjust the brake cables at most. And yet, for every small part that bothered me, rather than overlook it, I kept thinking I'd be done soon anyway, so I took it all apart and ended up going over every single thing, but once it was all in pieces, the plan kept changing. Now it's a super bike. I've even replaced the consumable parts with more durable ones. This is as good as this bike will get, so it should be fine for another week or so. Okay. I guess the implications that Ryder... I mean, she's Ryder, right? So she's like, she has the ability to be super expert at any kind of vehicle. So I can only imagine she does backflips or something on the bike. I don't know. Oil and sweat all over me, I go back inside to have a shower, only to be met by Fujine flying out of the living room.
廊下は走らないのは学校だけの話じゃなくて。あ、
ごめんシロ、また後でして。
Saying that, she runs away.
先輩。
Breathing heavily, here comes Sakura. Fujine is understandable, but seeing Sakura race around the house is a bit unusual, not to mention difficult to deal with.
どうしたんだ一体。
イリアさんがいらっしゃったのでお茶を入れようとしたら藤村先生がお茶受けをつまみ食いしちゃってて第一格納庫、第二格納庫、防災用の乾パンまで全部
Not the emergency kit crackers. That's like a thorough job, so that's why she's being chased.
でも人里に降りてきた腹ペコタイガーが食料を荒らした程度でこんな大騒ぎしなくても
I'll just make sure that she's properly scolded and that the replenishments are paid for out of her own pocket before she has a chance to escape.
それがセイバーさんの分も食べちゃっててイリアさんが指摘したらダラダラ汗を垂らしてほとぼりが冷めるまで身を隠すにを掘って逃げ出したんです。
一刻も早く捕まえてくれ。イリアには俺からも謝っとく。
それが乾パンに入ってるコンペイトーのありがたみを私が語って聞かせたらイリアさん思いのほかムキになってて。
いやそれ非常食。さく
ら、タイがいた。今屋根に上がってる。
Ilya's voice is coming from the yard. No, wait, the roof?
はい、今行きます。そんなわけで先輩すみません。ちょっとライダーそんなロープなんて持ち出してどうするの
Use a rope as well. Throwing on her sandals, Sakura goes onto the yard. I imagine, well, I mean, Ryder is pretty, you know, pretty well versed in her like weird like dagger chains. So just imagine that, but with rope, I guess. What his ride is up to, I don't think I want to know. Let's look the other way for now, as Tiger literally dies.
それにしても
As usual, some aspects of big game hunting came out. I should tell them before this really gets out of hand. Or maybe not. And thus Fujine is finally captured. Ilya and Sakura are in the living room teaching her a lesson. As for me, I'm repairing the roof that she trampled on. There might still be a typhoon this year or something.
それにしても
I feel kinda sorry for Archer. Did we that he got cranky because we just left him perched on the rooftop all alone? Archer, yeah. Well, I mean, didn't Archer kill us that one time? I mean, many times, I guess, in Fate Stay Night. At least a few times, I'm thinking. But also in this visual novel.
冗談そんなことあるもんか
But we never really actually even seen them. We didn't talk to them yet. I don't know. I assume, I mean, like Rin, Rin was like Archer's master, so Rin is like in the clock tower right now. I can only imagine Archer went with her, but yet he somehow killed us that one time, you know, when we crossed the bridge. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know about the smoking one, I doubt that always staying here was one of his favorite drops. Anyways, there's still time until dinner. I'll get some rest, someplace quiet. It was funny he's mentioned Archer though. I don't know. If I remember correctly, at least during the Holy Grail War, the fifth one, sometimes, yeah, he would just be around, you know, in the house. So maybe he's on the roof all the time? I don't know. Well, nothing unnecessary, only a bare wooden floor. After all, no matter how many residents we had, this place never saw much use. From the beginning, I had forgotten it. Reuse assets, yes. Though I guess it is in a different, I guess, you know, different lighting, you know? Because I remember her, like, being in this position before, but it was, like, you know, just standard either in evening or daylight, but not in the orange sky, you know? Orange lit evening, anyway. I calmed down my disarrayed mind. This is where it all began. I'll indulge in this nostalgic feeling for a while. I guess I just wanted to stand there for as long as I could. Just quietly stand still at the entrance.
来ていたのですね、シロ。
I wonder how long did that last? All too fast. Saber's voice releases my bound body.
ああセイバーこそいつからここにいたんだ
そうですね。お昼が終わってからです。
In other words, just about half a day.
シロ、どうかしたのですか？何か私に用事でもあったのでは？
ああ、いや。
Well, sure, I was gonna ask Saber to help me train, but it's already starting to get dark. So what can we do now?
ちょっと落ち着こうかと思って。
なるほど。確かにここなら落ち着いて考え事ができる。なら、私は外しましょう。
いや、それは。
Now that the two of us are here, I want Saber to stay for a while. Yeah, like I'm gonna embarrass myself with that.
どうかしましたか？
なんでもない。
Never mind. Answering thus, I sit down and get comfortable. I'll probably soon forget all the small talk exchanged today anyway. Yet the evening sunlight dancing on the walls of the dojo and Saber's gentle smile, those will surely stay in my mind forever. Okay, ironically, yeah, we picked the option to talk with Saber, and this is the only time we did talk to her, actually. We can go for a walk, though. With Saber! But we hang out with Saber anyway. Let's see, we can go to the temple. Alright. The last place we can go to. Talk to Assassin, maybe? There are no signs of life at the temple gate. There aren't any noticeable changes here. The mountain is almost an hour away from the town and has always been wrapped in silence. Yeah, Saber and Assassin, they fought a lot, at least in the Fate route. I've been to Ryodo Temple with Saber before, but this is the first time we're visiting at this hour since the last Holy Grail War. Actually, when I think about it, did they fight in the Fate route or did they fight in the Unlimited Blade Works route? I can't remember. I don't know, I can't remember. I think in the Fate route, yeah, they fought more in the Fate route anyway, I think. I don't know, I guess they still fought like in both routes. Anyway, I wonder, no way would happen with just me alone, but with Saber around, I'm starting to zone out a little. And obviously, she didn't fight Assassin in the Heaven's Field route because he was already dead. Moshinieru. This has to be the spot where the end of something is sleeping. Isn't that the last scene we got before she left, technically in the Fate route? That's kind of weird that we remember this.
Shiro.
Yeah, she's here. I don't know.
考え事をしてた。何か感じるか、セイバー。
不穏な空気は感じません。何か新しい異常があるとしても、ここが襲われるというのは考えづらい。何しろキャスターの根城ですからね。外敵に対する防御は完璧でしょう。
I wouldn't say so. Flashback to Heaven's Field.
彼女は聖杯戦争が終わった後でも他のサーバントを警戒していますから。
ああ、たまに竜道寺で話すけど、いまいち遠巻きな感じだしな。久月先生の言うことには、普通の近所付き合いに慣れてないだけだから多めに見てくれだそうだけど。
Well, when you think of her backstage plotting, it's a little hard to suddenly start being friendly with each other.
で、セイバーはキャスターをどう思う？今回の異常に関わってると思うか？
擁護するわけではありませんが、彼女の仕業ではないでしょう。仮に聖杯戦争が再開されたところで、彼女には叶えるべき願いはない。
そうだな。この状況が続いてほしいと思ってるのは俺たちよりキャスターの方が上かもしれない。あいつにとっては今まで得られなかった平和だもんな。
Well, putting that aside,
外敵への守りは完璧ってアサシン以外にも何か仕掛けてあるのか？
ええ、神経質なまでの防御結界です。初めから三門の守護者として呼び出されたアサシンはともかく、戦時下でもないというのに一月ごとに仕掛けが増えている。ここまで来ると守りのためではなく趣味で実験しているのではと勘ぐってしまうほどだ。
haha. So that's what's making you distrust Caster. Supposing that, by some accident, Caster did become friends with Saber, they'd have the sort of relationship where they quarrel with each other outside public view all the time.
しかしまあ、それなら中まで探る必要はないな。異常はないだろうし、逆に藪をつつくことになりかねない。
I want to avoid being mistaken for attackers. The other unlucky servants aren't just gonna stand around if a fight broke out over something as insignificant as this.
そうですね。ここはアサシンに任せて町に戻りましょう。正確にやや難のある人物ですが、いたずらに非道を許す人間ではない。真剣勝負を娯楽のように仕掛けることもありますが、それと同じように平穏を楽しんでいますから。
Saber's right. As long as the assassins protecting the temple gates, no suspicious characters will be entering. As long as nothing bursts out of his chest or anything like that. I can talk to Saber again, Warrior. Let's see. Anyone else we need to go? No, I guess the only option is just more Saber. More Saber scenes. I feel like, in the Fate route, we don't, technically that was her, main route in Fate Stay Night, but really, I feel like it was a little bit underwhelming because we spent so much time just saying, oh, Saber, don't fight for me, you're a girl, I'm gonna fight for you because I'm a man, and even though that's not an excuse, that's just Shirou's excuse for not, being uncomfortable for Saber protecting him and everything, and that was the whole drama and everything. But I feel I wish there was more actual just character development from Sabers, and that's what we're getting in Hollow Ataraxia, so that's nice. Anyway, as I was passing through the living room to start the usual lunch preparations, I noticed Saber, engrossed in reading, quite unusual for her. Having not noticed my presence just yet, she's leaning forward, her cat-like eyes wide open, staring intently at something on top of the table. While I sure am interested in the contents of that magazine now, I wouldn't want to interrupt. I'll just go straight to the kitchen.
シロ、ちょうど良いところに。
なんか用か?
As I turn around, Saber finally peels her eyes off the page. The thing she presents in front of her chest is a large magazine with a colorful banner headline. It's a bit of a surprise. I imagine Saber would be more interested in serious magazines.
シロ、このフォアグラというのはどのような味がするのですか?
Ah yes, it's a food magazine.
フォアグラ?
Foie gras.
ええ、そうです。あと他にもキャビア、トリュフ、フカヒレ、ツバメの巣、松茸、金目鯛、伊勢エビ、金華ハム、北京ダック、ホロホロ鳥、フグ、すっぽん、和三盆、夕張メロン、松阪牛。
That's a lot. Is it pufferfish like poison?
一体何の話だ?
I recognize some of these foods, I guess, not all of them. I do know, I think, isn't it pufferfish, you know, the type of fish you have to really like prepare a certain way, otherwise you'll die from poison. So I guess that probably wouldn't affect Saber because she's resistant to poison, so I guess it doesn't matter to her. You can eat anything. Saber's eyes were so serious I unconsciously got scared and interrupted her.
なんで急にそんなものが気になる?
これです。
And so Saber turns the cover of the book she's holding towards me. High-class foods you have to try once.
なんだこの本?
You know, Saber is high class. She's royalty. You'd feed her the best foods. Maybe. I don't recall buying this book. Come to think of it, there's no reason for me to have it either. Sakura has a collection of recipe books I'll never be able to match, but this is more like a guidebook.
先ほどタイガが置いていきました。
Oh, now I understand. I can see the underlying motive. You probably thought by leaving it here in the living room, Sakura and I would look it over and say, okay, let's have matsutake mushrooms for dinner tonight. Something. And judging by the shine in Saber's eyes, Fujine's plan is already about 50% successful. What a mastermind.
セイバーはそれが気になったと。
ええ、皆が一度は食べてみたいと思うような食材です。さぞかし美味であることでしょう。
Saber visualizes the high-class ingredients she's yet to try. But with a normal person's access to high-quality goods, I doubt I can rise to the culinary standard of a high-ranking person.
セイバーだって王様としてお城に住んでたんだろ? そういう高級な...
Ah, crap, it wasn't like that. What a gaffe. Certainly Saber lived a courtly life, however, at the same time, there are no pompous royal feasts or formal table manners for that matter. To begin with, the French brought high-class food with them. What century are we talking about here?
シロ、前にも言ったはずです。私の時代の食事といえば、皿もなく、ただ焼いただけの肉を机に投げ出し、それをナイフで削り取って。
Again, is that true? I don't know. I have no idea. A historian needs to, like, you know, examine Saber's past and see if there's a contradiction, because otherwise... Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
すまん、セイバー。俺が悪かった。
Because when I think of the English, you know, in the medieval times, I don't think that's the case, but I don't know.
お詫びに何か食べたいものって言いたいところではあるんだけど。
Indeed, we're household's finances, saying, alright, how about we go eat there with that menu is an impossible dream.
強いて言えば、セイバー一人くらいならなんとか。
一人ですか。
まあ、それが限界だな。あとは、遠坂あたりが宝石なんかに手を出さず、ポーンとこっちに投資してくれれば、みんなで信徒の高級店に繰り出したりできるかもしれないけど。
リンが空いてれば、そのような行幸にあやかれる場面は起こり得ないでしょう。
I agree completely. She is distinctively cheap, stingy, and a born miser. I don't want to hear her complaining. Besides, I simply can't imagine Tohsaka being that lavish. You know, well, flashback to her like alternate self, the like a Rin Elbafit, where she goes, oh ho 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 ho, and then she's actually super rich.
だな。そういうわけで、いつかはそんなリッチでセレブなところにも連れてってやりたいけど、それまでは俺の作る飯で我慢してくれ。
何を言うのです、シロ。私はこの家での食事にはとても満足している。我慢や辛抱などと一度も考えたことはありません。
She says such a wonderful thing with a straight face. If you say it like that, my fighting skill will be boosted even just for the lunch preparations.
ですからいつかきっとシローの手で直々に収穫され見事に調理された高級食材がこの食卓を飾るのだと信じています。
え
How's that gonna work?
信じておりますから。
Of course. What do you believe in? It's out of nowhere, we just get, you know, the best ingredients. Saber throws out a reckless word of belief. Are we gonna like activate our noble phantasm? Unlimited food works? She slips through the magazine in her hand and finally opens up the page she was after.
そう、ガチョウです。フォアといえばガー。まずはガチョウを飼うところから始められてはいかがですか？
ガーって、いや待てセイバ
ー。ガチョウに手こずるのであれば豚という手もあります。豚は飼うには最良の家畜です。しかもご存知ですかシロー。この本によると地中のトリュフを発見できるのはメス豚に限られるのだそうです。無論ハムという選択肢もありますから品種にはこだわらねばなりませんね。
ちょっとその本よこせ。バカトラに突っ返してくる。
Baka. Rightful owner. Baka. In one smooth motion, she stands up and quickly evades my hand. Nimbly walking through the corridor, she puts on the slippers and goes out to the yard.
おいセイバー、上見ながら歩くと危ないって。
ようやく気づいたのです、シロー。遥かキャメロットにありてこのエミヤの屋敷には欠けていたものを。それは菜園と家畜小屋です。幸い庭にはこんなにも空間が。
Ah, yes, Camelot. I remember Camelot. It was a very difficult singularity.
あ、もしやキリツグはそれを見越してこのような敷地を確保したのでは。
ない。誓って親父にそんなややこしい解消はない。まあ100歩譲って家庭菜園くらいは手を染めてみてもいいけどさ、セイバー。だけどメス豚もガチョウもスッポンも飼わないぞ。動物はメストラ1匹で十分だ。
トラですか。トラの肉は古来馬肉の桜に対して竹と呼ばれ珍重されたとのこと。一体どんな味なのでしょうか。バター。
I guess it's time to, you know, slaughter Fujimata and then turn her into a meal, obviously. This entranced Saber standing in the middle of the yard seems to have a convenient filter in her ears for my voice.
おーい、帰ってこい。王様、陛下。
たとえ庭が無理でもまだ希望を捨てるには至りません。なんといっても冬木市は自然の宝庫です。山の幸、森の幸、海の幸に恵まれた神に祝福されし肥沃な土地なのですから。
その前によだれ拭こう、セイバー。
With the demonic book clutched tightly to her chest, Saber looks up at the clear autumn sky and sees the faraway food kingdom. Okay, well, there you go. That's character development. Saber's character development is the fact that she loves food. Amazing. And I guess go here? What do we talk to? Well, there's nothing to go do there. I don't know, but there's nothing to do there. But I guess we'll go there anyway. There's nothing else to do. Let's go there, I guess. Go back to the real woods. For no reason, I guess. What are my flags? Any flags there? I guess these flags, you know, open up new scenes, I imagine. It says here, you gotta ask the servants about the Holy Grail War. Bridge a knight, face reality with one servant that won't show himself. Sword in hand, go into the 4th day's night. I mean, I don't know. How's that? And you have to find out what's going on. Haunted night. Fire the night where she was first noticed. Holy Grail War. Did I ask Castor actually? Obviously, because I asked Lancer about the Holy Grail War. Did I ask Castor about it? Maybe I didn't do that. Maybe I missed that. Maybe actually, because there was an option. I remember the first day I think it was the first day, where there was an option to talk to Castor. Maybe I'm supposed to do that. Anyway, Go to the hills behind the temple. The mountain range spread out beneath reminds you of the pure strength of nature. Beyond it lies the forest of the icebergs. When I think about that, the landscape I'm so familiar with suddenly feels like the scenery of a foreign country. I brought myself here many times. I'm used to seeing the sights of nature here, so it shouldn't be particularly impressive to me. Oh, hey, what was that? Bright sunlight makes me squint. The scenery tugging at my chest makes me squint. Whatever caused this change in mental state, right now, the serenity of the surroundings put me at ease. Could I loosen up and relax? I could end up gazing at the mountains until the stars come out. When winter break comes, everything will be covered in snow, so we should have another camp next summer or something instead. I bet no one would mind having a picnic here either. What happens until then will be another story. Getting up and stretching my back, I leisurely leave the graveyard behind me. It's another day. Another day, another patrol, maybe. Maybe, or... Let's see. Well, we can go to the big bridge now. Are we gonna get, like, murdered by arrow again? Let's see. Crossing the bridge, we head over to Shinto. There's nobody on the pedestrian walkway at this hour. At night, with no cars on the roadway, the sound of the breeze from the sea echoes around us. Yorikobe!
まだマスターの自覚がなかったシロウと、まだあなたのサーバントになっていなかった私と、まだ敵であったリン。こうして振り返ると、さぞおかしな三人組だったのでしょうね。
Saber chuckles. Both of us are laughing with the memories of that night half a year ago. Ah yes, I remember Kirei. I remember even now. No, I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I'll remember that smiling priest for all of eternity. I don't know. I'm just thinking the Kirei, because we probably will never see him. I don't know, maybe unless there's a timeline where Kirei is actually alive. I don't know, but otherwise, I can only imagine him, you know, from beyond the grave. A ghost Kirei following us this whole time. That night was special. All the time I spent with Saber during the Holy Grail War was special, but that night was the beginning of it all.
けど、セイバーは不機嫌だったよな。あの夜は初対面であんまり話せなかったけど、教会に向かうときは輪をかけて無言だったっていうか。
He also had that weird like raincoat on, hood.
不機嫌にもなります。今だから言いますが、あの扱いには怒りを覚えたものです。変装させるのなら、他にやりようがあったのではないですか?
Yeah. But to be honest, I don't know. She kind of looks cool with the I don't know, the yellow raincoat and everything, especially the hood. I wish there was like a costume for that, you know, at least in the Fate Grand Order. I wish there was like a alternate costume for her where she's actually wearing the raincoat. I don't know, even though she doesn't really wear it anymore for the rest of the visual novel in Fate Stay Night. Like they made like a whole like custom spray for her for that little like weird raincoat thing. Yeah, like that. I don't know. I see. Milady Saber was displeased by the yellow raincoat, Then again, she's using it quite often. Is that some type of silent protest against me?
何やら言いたいことがあるようですね。いいでしょう。あの時の謝罪を兼ねて、ここで決着を。しろ!
Oh, I see that. Sword bounces against light. The aftershock causes the air in the bridge supports to vibrate.
下がって。敵サーバントの攻撃です。
Acha! The second shot. I can't grasp what's happening. Saber stands in front of me, repelling the incoming bolts of light with her sword. Where are they coming from? I can't tell. There's only one person. Drown in your ideals and die. That guy. The third shot. I mean, I think we literally did see him, you know. When we died, we actually saw his whole, like, not even like a silhouette, I think we just saw him, you know, before we died at that particular time. Saber once again deflects the bolt of light. This is not good. That one was definitely more powerful than before. She managed to defend against the last shot, but if the rest kept increasing in force, how long will Saber be able to hold out? If Saber were alone, she would move forward while deflecting the bolts and could probably take the sniper down before she is defeated. The one being targeted is me. The moment Saber moves away, I'll be pierced right through. As long as Saber is protecting me, she can't move forward. No. In the worst case, we may not be able to retreat to Miyama, and because of me, one of the shots will...
Shirou, 敵の攻撃は私が防ぐ。今はそのまま動かないでください。
The fourth shot. There's urgency in her voice. The enemy knows that I'm her weakness. Saber takes an unreasonable posture as she deflects the bolts of light, raining down the wide-open Emiya Shirou. At this rate, Saber's gonna lose. I know what needs to be done. In short, defending myself is my own responsibility. I focus my nerves. I can see the incoming shots, and if they can be seen, they can be stopped. The old me may not be capable of it, but the Emiya Shirou that survived through the Holy Grail War must have the experience and ability to make that possible. And then the fifth and final shot. Saber is knocked off her feet. No doubt about it. These bolts of light are long-range shots using noble phantasms. No matter how powerful she may be, Saber can't defend against long-range sharpshooting where each bullet is a noble phantasm. If Saber were alone, she could avoid any number of them without having to deflect them with her sword.
Saber, abunai!
Yeah, but I don't know. No, you can't. Saber is defeated by the sixth shot. That's the conclusion drawn from this method of defense. I can watch my own back. I glare at our attacker. I see the light being fired, aim at my forehead. I see it. Now that I see it, next I... Are? I totally forgot. What was I supposed to do next? I don't know. Well, no. So much for the Shirou that has experience and ability after going through the Holy Grail War. I mean, I guess he doesn't go like trace on and then, you know, does something, but I guess not. I screwed up. What was it? What did I do wrong? Was I forgetting something? Or have I not learned something yet? Or had I missed the fundamental part of the skills possessed by the name, or by the man named Emiya Shirou? My brain comes oozing out from the hole in my forehead. Shirou! I can't really hear what she's saying. What should have been done? What was it that I forgot? My mind is becoming distant. I'd drop out of the race without even reaching the fourth day. This still wasn't enough. Perhaps I couldn't use it because I hadn't tried it, and just took knowing it for granted. Now, where do I go to fully grasp the fundamental abilities of Emiya Shirou? I don't know. You tell me. How did we, like, learn how to... I mean, I remember in the Unlimited Blade Works route, we kind of, like, learn by hanging out with Archer and everything. Got defeated. Something's missing. Who am I? Who am I? I must understand once again. I must remember the chant. I am the bone of my soul. Steel is my body. And I should put steel my body, fire is my blood or something. Well, there's another option to go here, I guess, but it probably won't do anything, I imagine. Because again, it's like question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, you know? But we can go there anyway, I guess? I mean, I guess Ilya's here too. I guess we'll go. I mean, again, probably won't do anything. But it would make sense, you know? Like, how do I grasp the abilities of Emiya Shirou, go to the storehouse and, you know, practice, basically? That's what we've been doing for a long time as Shirou, anyway. Well, for no reason whatsoever, I end up in the storehouse. I don't remember leaving anything of importance in the storehouse, but let's check it out anyway. Yeah, nothing. We get nothing. After fumbling around with the junk and cleaning up the shells, I finally remember my original intention. Although the storehouse is overflowing with junk, there's nothing misplaced here. No, since this lost object had no clear definition in the first place, it is now destined to be forever missing.
でもなんか引っかかるんだよな。何を置き忘れたんだろう、俺。
I don't know. Let me try applying my fist to my forehead. It's like the arrow going through my forehead. Sadly, the external application of the force brought no flashes of insight with it, leaving nothing but pain behind. I guess not. Did I bump my head on something while I was asleep? I only hit it lightly, yet I feel numbly sharp pain in my forehead. As if an arrow went through my head or something. Bad enough to bring up disturbing images of an arrow piercing through my skull. Of course, yes.
こんだけ探して思い当たらないってことは、忘れ物は土蔵じゃないっぽいな。ここですることなんて壊れ物の修理だけだし、貴重なものなんて置かないか。
No use for anything but repairing broken stuff. I mean, you also practice magic here, don't you? Well, thus, having reached consensus with myself, I leave the storehouse, having learned nothing. As I step outside, a strong sense of unease hits me one last time. Not about the storehouse, but something about what I just said. Does he not remember? He doesn't remember how to use magic or something? We've never seen him use magic, so... Well, we can talk to Sakura. My own room. I don't know what that means, but... I do want to talk to Caster if possible, so actually I want to talk to Caster. Hey, Caster. How unusual. Caster standing still, lost in reverie. Well, perfect timing. There's no one else around, so I try asking about the restarted Holy Grail War. She's settled down now, but the precedent of her setting up a magic barrier in the middle of town still exists. I don't think it's possible, but I should at least make sure she hasn't been plotting anything lately.
キャスター、ちょっと話をしていいか?
Oh, okay. She lifts up her heavy hood back and glances coldly at me.
何かしら。あなたの方から話しかけてくる以上、いい話ではないでしょうけど。
I feel like she's on guard. When we meet in town, she's relatively friendly, but now it's almost as if she's reverted back to how she was half a year ago.
いいか悪いかはあんた次第だ。担当直入に聞くけど、最近裏で何かやってないか。こう禁欲的な寺の生活でストレス溜まってつい昔の癖が戻ったとか。
Are you stealing magical energy from the people again? The atmosphere is quite serious, so I try to ask it peacefully, in a way that doesn't provoke her. You know, going back to old habits.
面白いことを聞くのね、坊や。
I think that makes it worse, actually.
何？こんなところで話しかけてくるなんて。誰にも見つからず殺されて埋められたりしたいのかしら?
I don't think this diplomatic talk is going well.
間違えた。最近街の様子がおかしいことに心当たりはありませんか?
I'm sorry, my spine froze. The unnatural smile that I assume had disappeared over the past 6 months is still there. I should have expected no less from a top tactician of all the servants. I'm terribly sorry.
初めからそう言いなさい。それと、ストレスなんて溜まっていません。
That statement is like a drunkard declaring his sobriety. Is the Ryudo Temple really okay, I wonder?
そっか。けど、たまには運動してみるのもいいもんださ。マラソンとか、竜道寺の階段を往復したりとか、アインツベルンの森で火力演習したりとか。
I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 spots in the forest that Caster could use as training grounds, and Berserker's probably liable to come and help as a hypothetical enemy.
心遣いは感謝するわ。けど、わざわざ森に出る必要もなくてよ。ここでも軽い運動はできるもの。まあ、走り回るのは私じゃなく、あなたになるでしょうけど。
This is bad. It seems Caster and I just don't get along. At this rate, it may become a repeat of the events half a year ago, so I have to make this quick.
いや、ストレス発散の話はまた今度にしよう。で、街の様子のことなんだけど。
心当たりはないわね。街の様子がおかしいことは気づいているけれど、その意図も原理も私の知るところではないし、 興味もありませんから。
そうか。まあすぐにわかるなんて思ってなかったけど。
If I ask Caster for help, there's a chance I could investigate what's going on. The Holy Grail War restarted. All the servants still in this world. And also, this feeling of deja vu that I can't quite grasp. I wonder why.
まあそれはいいとして、キャスターはこの件には関わってないってことでいいんだよな。
信じる信じないはあなた次第ですけどね。
信じるよ。キャスターいろいろと企み事はするけど、嘘は言わないだろ。
Actually, servants generally don't lie. Guess that's being noble or fair in a way. Do they? Do they not lie? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Even like villains?
キャスターは今の状況には何の関心もないと。関心がないってことは他のサーバントとやり合う気はないってことだよな。
当然でしょ。得るものがないのに魔力を消費するなんて魔術師にあるまじき行為ですもの。それはあなたにも。いいえ、坊やにはそんな観念はなかったわね。
Actually, going back to, servants generally don't lie. Well, there's one servant that does lie. The one that shot the arrow on her forehead. He lies. Though I guess he's not really a proper servant, I guess. Or at least a proper heroic spirit, anyway. Anyway, she chuckles. I'm being made fun of, but I don't feel bad about it at all. After all, there were only cheerful sounds in Caster's voice. But even so, it seems Caster has no interest in investigating the situation. It almost looks like as if she likes it.
わかったよ。要するにあんたは何もしないんだな。
ええ。坊やには悪いけど、私は一切介入しない。聖杯戦争を再開させた犯人を探すというのなら、自分一人でおやりなさい。
Well, she's gonna stay neutral, I guess. Well, that's how it'll be.
あら、あっさりと納得するのね。あなたのことだから頭を下げてお願いしてくると思ったのに。
いくら俺でも無理なことは頼まないよ。キャスター調べる気はないんだろ。なら自分でやるさ。それでどうしようもなくなったらまた来るから。その時はコンクラベだ。
Judging by how she resisted, all I have to do is beg her for help until she complies. Perhaps she just wasn't expecting it, or maybe she had been having fun planning on ways to turn me down. Caster has a disappointed look on her face.
あなた、大丈夫？気づかないうちに衰弱死する呪いでもかけられたんじゃない？らしくないわ。いつものしつこさはどうしたのよ。
I mean, I guess, yeah, Shiro tends to be super stubborn about certain things. I should expect herself from this unusual witch. The level of concern here is one grade higher than Tohsaka. Actually, if she ever does decide she wants to rob me of my motivation, I hope she just sells it with a suggestion spell that makes me apathetic or something. I couldn't stand withering away and dying just to make me less enthusiastic. Well, leaving that aside.
呪いなんてかけられていないよ。あんた以外にそんなことできるやつはいないだろ。それよりさ、あんたから見ると俺はやっぱり目障りだったんだな。
I wasn't being sarcastic. I just said what I was thinking. Once again, Caster looks taken aback. This time she looks even more defenseless.
まったく、何を言い出すかと思えば、今更でしょうに。ええ、はっきり言って坊やは目障りよ。あなたは勝者で、私たちは敗者ですもの。どう落ち着いたところで、敗れた時の屈辱は忘れがたいわ。それに、あなたがいると私は安心できない。聖杯戦争の勝者も、あなたの青臭い正義感も、気分が悪い時には見たくないわね。
Caster's hostility is genuine. She honestly thinks I'm a bother. But wait. It almost sounds as if she views me as an enemy not of herself, but of something else entirely. Since I uncharacteristically picked up on this, I respond to her hostile remarks with an understanding nod. For now, I'll take things in stride.
せいぜい気をつけなさい、坊や。一人でいる時にあなたを見かけるとね、いっそ握りつぶしてやろうと思うこともあるわ。セイバーがいる以上、そんなことはできないのだけど。
I mean, please don't kill me. I've already been killed.
セイバーの報復が怖くて手を緩める性格じゃないだろう、あんたは。周りに手を出さないのはそれ以上に大事なものがあるからだ。
Because we've already been killed by another servant. But I guess, well, I don't know, Caster. I mean, I assume she's reformed by now. I mean, you know, Kuzuki-sama, or how did she call him? You know, Soichiro-sama, yeah. That's probably the reason why she doesn't want to, like, murder anyone anymore at the moment. That may be, for example, the tranquil life at Ryudo Temple.
勝手に言ってなさい。いいこと？あなたがあと少しでも汚い人間になったら、その時は容赦なく借りを返してあげるわ。自己嫌悪で死にたくなったのなら、欲望に負けて堕落なさいな。私がとろけるように殺してあげてよ。
The witch grins. As I thought, when we're alone together, we're not compatible. Even though I'm not interested, I've already been given what sounds like a declaration of war.
この辺りが潮時か。と、あと一つ教えてくれるかな。今の街の様子って別に害はないんだろ？で、これから悪化することってあるか？
ええ、害もないし悪化することもないわ。それは私が保証してあげる。
Are you sure? Because by the fourth day, you know, the literal apocalypse happens, so...
そう。こんなもの、一時の夢ですもの。
Or maybe
最後まで何も起こらず、
you know what's
通
happening
りになるだけよ。
more than you let on? Miss Caster? That's ominous. Anyway, that's good then. Let's continue the investigation. Just knowing that Caster isn't doing anything and that she doesn't plan to get involved is good enough.
じゃあな。次は機嫌がいい時に声をかけるよ。
そうなさい。私もセイバーとライダーの2人を敵に回すのは避けたいわ。それと一つだけ忠告してあげる。いい？夜の教会には近づいちゃダメよ。あれはあなたの手に負える相手じゃないわ。
Don't go near the church at night, eh? We don't really have that option because when we go out at night, we can only search Miyama City, right? Or I guess, you know, the left part of the place. We can't really go to the right because Archer keeps killing us. Why does he do that? I don't know. What's his motivations? I'm not sure. She raises her hood back up and leaves. Could it be that the reason she was showing me her face was some kind of courtesy? I don't think she hates us as much as she lets on, but I don't know. Let's not try to cross the bridge anymore. Let's hang around. Why not? Get new options. Talk to Ryder. Talk to Saber. Have a scene of Taiga. Sure. We'll talk to because I'm thinking like, should I talk to Ryder because she's a servant? You know, maybe we'll talk about the Holy Grail War. I don't know. Whatever. This says new. New! So we'll go here. Now then, speaking of things to do in the living room, let's have a rest. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't really a yawn. That was... I don't know what that was. Anyway. Another long, tiring day. Just a normal day as always, but all the events are really tired me out. I take a bath and brush my teeth. I turn down the gas, lock the doors, and that should be it.
あれ、藤姉は帰ったかな?
It'd be bad if I locked everything up while she's still here. No way, she has the house key. It's not like she'd leave everything wide open when going home. Escort her home? Nah, she has a scooter now. That'd be pretty hard. Besides, the Fujimaru group members might come to greet her on the way. If so, she should be well protected.
いいか。寝よう。
Good night. May tomorrow be another good day. Okay. Or not? What? Poltergeist? Do we ever have such fun things in this house? Ah! Oh, who is it? Who is it all of a sudden? Well, what do you know?
これは不人ねえか。
あはーん。セーバーちゃんがこんなことすると思ったの？べこいわね、シロ。もう3時間経ったピザくらいにベコベコ。
Yeah, pizza?
威張るな。遠坂だって寝てる俺に2ドロップなんか打つか。っていうか、帰ってなかったの藤ね。
そりゃもう、まだまだ夜は長いじゃないのよ。
The clock says it's not quite 10 p.m. yet. They say by that time everyone sleeping will be overly wholesome. However, at least one person's up until the day changes.
みんなすっかり寝静まっちゃって、お姉ちゃんはつまらないな。
さくらも部活で忙しいんだし、ライダーもセイバーも休憩が必要で、みんな疲れてるんだろ。俺も
つまらないつまらない。
We've got a spoiled brat here. I wish she would focus this chaotic energy of hers on school or at least the archery club.
それだけじゃ発散しきれないから藤姉なのか。いや、とにかく早く帰って寝ろ藤姉。
シロが遊んでくれたら帰る。
遊ぶってなんだよ。カードでもやるか？
I'm drowsy, but not so sleepy that I can't endure this. A midnight game with the two of us? I'm not sure if it makes me feel nostalgic or lonely.
むむむ。それはシロの挑発ね。
なんでもいいけど、二人っきりでできるものって言ったら、ポーカーとかスピードとかか？
Can you play poker with two people? Maybe, I don't know, I guess so. I know Speed though. I remember that card game. I know Speed.
ダウトとか向かないしな、藤姉。
Doubt though? I don't know. Unless that's a card game with another name. Wait, I could tell a lie as soon as a card is dealt after all. Tohsaka and Saka are also both surprisingly good at that game. They're able to escape sticky situations quite well. That aside.
いまいち気乗りがしないわね。
そうだな。セイバーかサクラがいれば盛り上がるんだけどな。二人とももう寝てるし。
Going to wake them up will be too awkward. I can't say that's because Fujine is feeling lonely with a straight face.
ほんじゃま、久々に二人っきりで積もる話でもするとしますか。
なんかあるか？俺に。
いろいろあるわよ。シロは避けてるけど、進路の話とか。
Ah, Fujine touches on a painful spot. That's right, Fujine is worried about my public and private matters, so I can't handle this sloppily.
了解。ちゃんと話さないといけないって思ってたし、いいよ。
さくらちゃんとかセーバーちゃんとかいる前ではしにくいからね。シロは進路指導室に呼んでも来ないし。
まず呼んだことがないだろう。わかった。
I stand up from the futon. She looks at me with confusion.
どうしたの？シロ。
ちょっとお茶汲んでくる。玄米茶でいい？
はいはい。私の湯飲みで持ってきてね。
When a conversation starts getting long, it's best to have some tea. Right, the hot water in the pot's already cooled off. I can't make tea unless I boil it again.
夜間で手早く沸かせば。
I was gonna be quick, but it took longer than I expected. My apologies to Fujine for the wait.
いい出しっぺだしな。少しくらい待たせてもバチは当たらないだろう。
Are you sure? I don't know. I mean, I imagine Fujine would just smack you in anyway. She would just smack you for no reason. I don't know. In addition, she suddenly showed up tonight, woke me up with a knee drop. I certainly wish she'd done that a little differently. That would be a luxury. Fujine has acted that way since way back when, and she'll continue to be like that.
昔はあそこで反撃したけどな。
So we had to pretend martial arts, and you didn't win until the other tapped out from an arm lock. Back then, Fujine was bigger than me. I wonder who would win if I went at her with all I have now. Nah, even though I've gone taller, that doesn't mean I could beat her now. While I was thinking about Fujine, the water got to the boiling point. I quickly prepared the Genmaichi, pouring into Fujine's tiger-striped cup in mine.
さて、藤姉はちゃんと待っているかどうか。
If she sneaks into Saber's room in the meantime, it would be sure be a relief, but it could also become problematic.
Oi, Fujine,
I start to say, but stop myself. Oh no, what happened? While I was getting a tea, she's already dozed off. Oh, she just fell asleep. And right on top of my futon, no less. Oh, so much for the tea. I went through the trouble of making this tea only to see it go to waste. She came to my room uninvited, said she wanted to talk, and then when I take my eyes off of her, she falls asleep.
まったく、しょうがねえな、うちの姉ちゃんは。
I put a blanket over her so she doesn't get cold, and the tea, well, since I brought it here, I'll help myself to it. My bed is now occupied. I have to suck it up and take a blanket and go to sleep on a cushion in the living room or something.
Shirou?
Okay. Fujine talks in her sleep happily.
じゃあな、おやすみ、藤ね。
See you tomorrow. Tonight I'll probably have a nostalgic dream. Okay. What a weird big sister we have, which isn't really our sister. She's not like blood related. I don't think. She's just like, as far as I know, if I remember correctly, Fujimaru is just some random girl that was like she had an association with Kurusugu, I guess. But you know, she just ends up like being here all the time when Shirou was around, especially after Kurusugu died. So she's kind of like a sister, but not really. I don't know. In a way, she's like a childhood friend. You know, the childhood friend trope. Sort of.